Hello, hi, hey, it's your good friend J. Scott Jewell. I'm back for another episode of NetHack, now with a little bit of background music. Experimenting with some ambient music generation software, so we'll see where it takes us. Should be good. Let's continue. I think right now what I'm hoping for is just to get to, not necessarily the bottom of the mines, but I want to get to Minetown, which is the town in the mines. Um, no, I don't want to pick that up. I don't need it right now. And it's not super likely that a monster is going to pick it up and drink it. So, there aren't a lot of scenarios where a monster can use it against me to some ill effect. Ah, all right. So, this lamp that I have called testing is flickering, which is not something that magic lamps do. So, this is an oil lamp, and the other lamp is magic. Now we know. Which also means I can stop using the oil lamp's oil and start using the magic lamp to light my way. Although I think from looking at it that this level is actually well lit, which there's a chance of happening every level or so. What was I looking for? Food. Food is what I need to eat. Oh, and I've got plenty. Which is, I'm glad to get rid of it, because that will help with the encumbrance limit. Food is actually pretty heavy. Oh, do I already have a pickaxe? I sure would like one. I do. Okay, great. There we are. And take care of this dwarf. Ooh, he resisted it. Something to eat, and that puts me in the satiated state, which is not my favorite. It does, I think it negatively exercises your, I want to say constitution, possibly. But we get a wand here, which I don't think we have identified at all, so let's write down some stuff in the dust, and then with the maple wand, hey! So it automatically identified itself as a wand of digging, just by the way it engraved into the ground for me. I'll engrave Elbereth. So that's cool. Elbereth is a power word that used to be more powerful. Now it's less powerful. That basically monsters are afraid of, so they will flee. Is this a statue? Oh, no, it's an actual fog cloud. Okay, fog cloud taken care of. What is my magic lamp? It is capital F. Which I think I will switch to L. L for lamp, K for key. Easy stuff to remember. And now I'm just waiting. Ooh. Okay, so he's got a wand of magic missile, which I want. Hope he doesn't murder my cat with it. Where'd he go? So it's neat because magic missile, because I'm wearing this cloak of magic resistance, the missiles just bounce off of me. There we go. And I wanted to get the wand off of him before he wasted too many charges from it. Ah, there we are, back at encumbered again. Because I picked up any things at all. Shoot. We can get a little bit further down the dungeon, then we'll have a pretty pretty safe place to drop some stuff off, or, you know, figure out what we don't need, or sell some things. Yeah, I wish I had some way of identifying those gems, but I just don't yet. Come on, Mr. Chompers. Let's go. Let's go downstairs. Alright. Let's fall downstairs. Which does do a little bit of damage, and if you're carrying some problematic stuff, it can have ill effects. Alright. I'm just trying to go down. Going down to Minetown. What is that? Squeaky board? Fine. Mr. Chompers. I could use one of these leashes on him and like curse test it or something. But he's not wasting too much time. Okay, now we're in a new area, which, based on where the stairs are, looks like it's possibly one of the special maps for Minetown. So we may have made it. I'll be tentative here about it. Yeah, there's doors, which don't usually happen outside of Minetown. Ooh, he's doing some damage to us with his pickaxe there. Okay, got him. And he's just got some gold. Of course, while I do recognize that this is a Minetown map, I don't really know exactly how it goes. So there's a little town down here. It's got some watchmen, which can be interesting, especially for chaotic characters like myself. Because murder isn't necessarily frowned upon. Hearing an animal carcass being offered in sacrifice means that there is a temple with an altar. And actually, if I listen long enough, they'll also tell me which god it's an altar to. So hopefully it's mine. And this gnome lord appears to be trying to just hit me with his crossbow. Not sure if he's out of bolts or what the deal is. But I am out of mana, so... This is one of the standard stores. Ischock's lighting store. Which, as I understand it, he was one of the developers of NetHack who passed away and was memorialized here in the game by having a shop that you pretty much have to visit for reasons. Part of the end game requires that you have candles at the ready, and they're not a terribly common item. They do come up from time to time, but yes, I will leave my pickaxe outside. So, yeah, oil lamp, nice and cheap. Magic lamp, a little bit more expensive. I will absolutely buy it, though. Because if I can use an altar to make some holy water, then I can bless my magic lamps, and then I have an 85% chance of getting a wish. And wishes are some of the most... It's probably the most powerful force, if I'm honest. Because basically what wishing does is let you... Oh no, is Mr. Chompers killed? Great. Thanks, man. Now I gotta go all rage dump on you. There, that was my rage. I just bonked you with a quarterstaff until you died. Shoot. Mr. Chompers was helpful. R.I.P. Mr. Chompers. I know I left my pickaxe back there, but I kind of want to, because it seems to have been the major thing that was contributing to my encumbrance. So if I can do without it for a little bit, that would be ideal. This is a statue of a/the Gnome King. So there's a whole progression of gnomes. There's gnomes, obviously, gnome lords, which we've seen, and I think we saw one gnome king in at least one of these playthroughs. And, you know, in the presence of multiple gnome kings, they just kind of, as gnomes level up, they become gnome lords and then gnome kings. And it says some very interesting things about the gnomish monarchy system, that any old body can become king if they, you know, try hard enough. Also not really sure what the term king actually would mean to gnomes in that case. Let's check to see what this is. The wand unsuccessfully fights my attempt to write, which makes it a wand of striking, I believe. X. So that is basically the same as my force bolt. It just won't cost me any mana to use. Where is this friggin' temple? I know it's somewhere. Is it here? No, that is a hardware store. So I've got a blindfold, a lockpick, which would be good if I didn't already have a key, a magic marker, which is an incredible find. I'll absolutely pick that up. A whistle of which type, I wonder? This is a tin whistle, and I do not need it. I double don't need it. Now that my pet's dead. R.I.P. Mr. Chompers. Oh, yeah, I guess I do need to pay for that magic marker. Gonna be able to write some scrolls. One of the great things, or at least the most common things, that magic markers are used for is writing scrolls of charging, which allow you to charge up a wand, like a wand of wishing. So if you're going the wish route, then it's a great way to ensure that you're getting, you know, as many wishes as possible. Well, I got 6 daggers. Let's get those ready. And now that I have a big stack of them, I can start chucking them. If this freaking watchman would just get out of the way for a second. So I'm still not very good with daggers. Man, I stepped into that at the wrong moment. Okay. Got my daggers back. And oh. Dwarf almost faked me out. Boy, I am terrible with these daggers. I want to attack him from range if at all possible until I get some more health back. What is up with... Is he wearing like the world's craziest armor or something? If so, I want it. I want to take it from him. No, don't attack the watchman. Not just yet. Let's throw daggers. The dwarf wielded a crossbow and then disappeared? Okay, he's back to pickaxe. Wait, like, he doesn't seem to care what I'm doing. So I could probably get away with just leaving him alone if I was smart. At this point, I'm just intrigued by how he's avoiding my attacks so consistently. Could try and hit him with these wands or something. Yeah, this is just bananas. Alright, yeah, I'm just going to leave the dwarf to his business, I guess. See if I can figure out where this temple is. I thought it was in the kind of the north end of things. Ah, there it is. Whose altar is it? Lawful. Gross. So this is not an altar to my god, which means that if I want to use it to make holy water, and, you know, generally get any utility out of it at all, I'm going to need to find a way to kill this priest and then make some sacrifices at the altar so that it will change over to my god. So it looks like those boots were indeed cursed, so I'm glad I didn't use it. Also glad I didn't try to use this magic lamp I bought, since it's cursed. But we can read that spell book, so let's do that. Oh, create monster will be very useful if we can find an altar, because that will mean that when we need to sacrifice corpses to the altar, we will have a pretty steady supply of them. So that's good. Okay, next on the agenda, I want to find some stores. Especially a general store or someplace where I can sell all the stuff that I definitely don't plan on using. Man. Okay, dwarf, you win that round, I guess. Still don't especially want to die. Somebody drank a potion? Ah, wonderful. General store. Love it. Bubbly potion. Plaid spellbook. Almost said played. Food ration, a tin, a small mimic. Great. Don't tell me this mimic is going to end up killing me. Ah, thank goodness. That would have been a ridiculous time to die. A couple of spell books in here that I would much like to read, and I guess I could. So let's see. What do I not want to be carrying around? If you don't mind paying money for them again, shops are a great place to leave stuff that you want protected. Shopkeepers will do everything in their power to keep their wares inside their stores. So as long as you can get more gold later, that's not a bad plan. Or, you know, if you can get strong enough that you can take down shopkeepers, then obviously you can just murder the dude and take your stuff back. So I don't want to be carrying around these boots, even though I do eventually want to find out what they are. I could try to do some price identification on these scrolls, but scrolls aren't very heavy. Spell books, I'm not really sure where the community stands on this, but they're very heavy, unless they're blessed. And I really don't like carrying them around. You only ever need them, you know, every like hundreds and hundreds of turns later when your memory starts to go on spells that you've already learned. And it doesn't generally happen until, toward the end of the game. So as long as I remember that they're in this shop, I can just come back and read them again. Kind of cross that bridge when we come to it. The rings I'll keep because they're also not terribly heavy. The potion of levitation I don't need right now. Not super interested in the no message wand, especially since it's cursed. The other ones I like. I'll keep them. I don't need an oil lamp. I don't need either of these leashes. The drum and the magic marker I will take, and the gems I'll hold on to just because I don't know where else to put them. So we'll sell all of this stuff, and then I think next time I'll grab a couple of these spell books, take them over to the altar, see what they are, if they're cursed or not. And then if any of them are uncursed, we'll go ahead and read them. Might as well add them to the old repertoire. But that's what we'll be doing next time. All right, bye-bye.